2 Minutes with Dumb podcast. We have my co-host Charles Kane and Mike Washington. Hey, what's up, fellas? We also have D. Atkinson, Chris Jackson, Rosie Rogers, and Tony. We brought the whole gang. I think somebody celebrated too much last night. Well, speaking of all that, what did you all think about the Super Bowl?
Wait a minute, Charlie.
But the game is over.
You don't write nothing, not one thing down, nothing. You just continue to go off the cuff. Do you have the clock up there?
Well, the clock. Well, first of all, the thing about it is that
can we start over?
No, we re-rolling. So the whole point is this. We got 1 minute here going on here.
No, and now can we have introduction?
Okay, introduction. We'll start with Chris. Ladies first.
Hey, Chris Jackson here from the DMV, Commanders Territory, Redskins, Washington football team, whatever you want to call them. The next Super Bowl champions. I'm calling it right now. I am a stand-up comedian. I am in character, Sister Soldier, Fight the Power, and Missy Thang. And I'm also an author. Black History Month. Get your copy of Pitch Black, the novel.
All right. And then we have our girl, Sister Rosie Rogers, bad taste in teens, but great person.
Okay, so what's up? I am Dr. Rosie Rogers. I'm honored to be going first today because last time I was on this show, they saved all the women to last. Remember that, Chris? We was last. I didn't even know they recognized us in the room. But yes, I am a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan. Swoop whoop. Got but I am also I'm from Arkansas. What do you expect? I will forever be a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan, although I live in the DMV. But I am an author, also a comedian, a writer, a playwright, a producer, director, blah, 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 blah. But I am a football fan. I love football. Mother of 3 football players. Football has been good to my family, paid for at least 3 degrees, and we are still counting. So let me tell you something. I love football.
Yes, we know, and we love you, Rosie. All right, we'll get my man Tony, who I guess he claims he's an Eagles fan, but I guess he celebrated too hard. Tony, tell us about you, sir.
Yes, I'm Tony Trott out of Philadelphia. I'm a diehard Eagles fan. I did celebrate a little bit, a lot last night. It was a lot to celebrate, and I'm a comedy show promoter, property manager, group traveler, and enjoying life.
My man Tony, great to hear from you. Hey, Mr. Atkinson, talk to us, sir.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Donelle Atkinson. I'm a Washington Commanders fan, and we just loving our season, and we just hoping that we're going to have a great season next year.
I was not loving on your season, by the way, at our expense. Sorry about that. I spoke out of turn. So, Charles, I'm a little sick right now. Not that I was celebrating. I caught something and it was kind of jacked up. But, that game, Mike, I know you slept on it. What do y'all think about that game? We're going to start with, Tony, I'm going to hit you up last because, I know you were celebrating a whole lot there. Yeah, Charles.
Hey, Todd.
Yes.
Let me go back over the agenda again. Thanks for the introductions.
Uh-huh.
Look at Chris.
2 minutes in the front. Give us 2 minutes in the front, and we're going to do 2 minutes in the back. I said it was going to be a little different. Next time, please bring a pencil and a piece of paper.
Yes.
Okay.
Charles, can you describe it a little bit differently next time? It just sounds kind of dicey. 2 minutes in the front, 2 minutes in the back. It just sounds kind of dicey right there.
No. Exactly. Thank you. Hey, Chris. Stole my thunder, Chris.
Never mind.
I was
This is supposed to be a clean show. Get your mind right. Get your mind right.
Hey, Chris, you got a bunch of comedians on
2 minutes in the
go
back.
left if you just put it out.
I love it.
Softball pitch.
Oh man, that's what you get when you have comedians on.
That's what you get. Yeah. I'm trying to keep it rolling, man. But you want to keep going back, man. Thank you.
Okay. Well, give us 2 minutes. Give us 2 minutes.
All right. So you got 2 minutes. We're gonna get 2 minutes to talk about the Super Bowl.
You and Mike can talk about whatever you want. 2 minutes.
Well, yeah, okay.
And we're gonna do it again at the end.
Okay.
Does these 2 minutes count? We just did.
I thank you, Rosie, because he ain't want to start over. So, Mike, you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
All right, thank you.
Well, first of all, good evening, everybody, and Trot, congratulations. Your team did what they should have did. I'm sick and tired of the Chiefs. Y'all played a good game yesterday, and you played it well because you used Saquon like you should have. I'm not gonna say Saquon could have did any better than he did, but they keyed on Saquon to the point where your passing game opened up. And the only thing I will tell you is next year I hope your receiver is Brown, who like to put his hands in people's faces. That was a good call. People say that was a bad call. It was a good call. And if you are a football fan and know the game for real, if I can't touch you 5 yards past the line of scrimmage, then as a receiver, Michael Irvin used to specialize in that. That was his special. He was to push off, and he will be wide open. So, but all in all, your team played a good game, man. Hurts looked well, and and it was embarrassing for the Chiefs, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was.
And I'm gonna say one thing, and that is, the dude is supposed to be in charge of the United States right now was there, and I'm surprised that's the first time a sitting president actually attended the Super Bowl. But I will say this: it was crazy because he thought that when the crowd started booing,
Taylor.
Taylor Swift, Kate. I was gonna say Kelsey's girlfriend. He said it was his folks, his MAGA folks, because they don't forget anything. Listen to me, man. That was the Eagles fans because they was the loudest when they came into the arena, and then they booed the Kansas City Chiefs as they came into the arena. I was like, wow, it's almost like they was playing at home, man. That's how many people showed up for the Eagles. That's how you're supposed to do. You're supposed to show up and show out for your team. So with that being said, congratulations, Trot, and we see y'all next year.
Thank you.
What else you think about it right now?
What else do I think about it? Oh.
No, I'm just saying because you stepped during the game. You got bored.
Can we get your 2 minutes?
Yeah. So basically, in essence, I thought it was the Eagles played their behind off. They finally showed up and played their game, and they have the best team. I hate to say it,
It's true.
and when they play their game, nobody's gonna beat them. That's just flat out. On paper, top down, you guys are the best team. I just think your head coach kind of holds you back a little bit, but he didn't hold you back this time. He let those guys play, and guess what? They won the Super Bowl hands down.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
And
I was impressed.
To it. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, we can now wherever you wanted to do from the beginning, Todd, you can take over.
Anybody else have the comments on anything else about the football season this year? Who wants to go first?
Well, first I'm gonna say this to the ladies. I'm sorry that y'all felt like y'all was last week. I want y'all to be first, but I also want y'all to know, stop saying the DMV because I don't know why y'all keep using the Department of Motor Vehicles. That's something that the clear people came up with. It's either the district, it's either Maryland or Virginia. That's where you live. You either live in the district, you live in Maryland or Virginia. They made up that DMV stuff to be included because they want to be included because it used to be Chocolate City.
Yeah. Oh, talk about that. People. Yes. Yeah, I was part of the chocolate city, like real chocolate, not white chocolate.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
I was in the first summer youth employment program 40-some years ago.
There you go.
But anywho, I am so excited because, of course, I grew up Redskin all through and through, had no choice. That was what was on TV every Sunday. So I am just excited that we have something to cheer about. Even though we didn't go all the way, the fact that we almost made it, we got that close with a new quarterback, and I said we got a praying quarterback. I just felt like it was a breath of fresh air. So I pulled all my gear from the back of the closet and under the bed. I pulled it all out. So yeah, I'm excited.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so and that's great. I'm excited with you for you on your behalf and all that. But what I want to say, like, the last thing you just said, pulling all your gear out from under the closet, under the bed, all that stuff. Why was it there? I know y'all hadn't had, good seasons leading up to now, but you got to be like us Cowboys fans. We don't care if we're having a good season, bad season. We're gonna rep them boys no matter what. They can
Cause
be
y'all be tripping.
they can
Y'all
be
just be
tripping
tripping
on
all the time.
toes. That's not tripping. That's people hating on
Y'all
us
be
because we
tripping.
are loyal to our team, whether they win and losing. I'm here. I'm not, that fair weather fan. I ain't jumping ships, ain't jumping boats. I like other players. I mean, I'm even a Patty Mahomes player. I like to see him doing great things. I'm a Jaden Daniels fan because I'm, root for the young man. I don't like the Commanders, but I'm, Cowboy enough to say, go Jaden. I'm won what he won and all that stuff. But you would never catch my gear under the bed, in the closet, in
Well,
the trunk,
for your
on the top of the tree, or any of that because we them boys.
your
I'm gonna help you,
gear
Chris.
has been the
I'm help you, Chris.
same.
Let me help you,
Yeah.
Chris. There
Huh?
you go. Okay, there you go. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead. Go ahead. Go
my
ahead.
gear has changed over the years. I'm talking about I went back to the original Redskin gear. I bought every gear that they've had. I have all of the gear from all of the names,
Yes, the
but I went
Washington
back to the
football
original.
team.
That's right.
Right?
I've been wearing it
Was
all.
the Redskins, the Washington football team,
Yep.
Commanders.
So I got them all,
And we're
but
gonna
I
be
went back
something
to the
Oh,
else.
original.
DMP though. They not
Say it
in the
again.
DMP though, right?
Say it again.
Uh-oh, we
There
got
you
a
go.
penalty. We got a
There you go.
penalty. We got a
Right.
penalty. What's up, Charles?
Personal foul on Rosie. Personal foul. She talking about under the bed. Can you tell me what secret that the Cowboys are keeping in Victoria's Secret in the state? I mean, it ain't under the gate. They have it right in the stadium. What secret is in Victoria? Because the secret ain't coming out on the field. But I guess everybody is running to the store to forget what's. Can you let me know what's the secret? They've been holding that. They haven't closed the store down. So what's the secret in Victoria's? Is it stuff under her bed that they trying to keep the
If it
secret?
works for you, work it. I mean, it's business too. So hey.
Hey, I guess Jerry Jones is a businessman, but
Yes.
D Atkins, man,
Okay.
what your thought, man? What your thought, bro?
I'm really happy that we had a good season this year, and I'm really happy that we beat the Eagles. So that gives me hope that for next year that we're close. I'm not saying we're there, but we're close. So I think that it gives us something to shoot for.
You guys got real close. You beat us, and you were one game away, man. Like you beat us, like like a beat down.
Exactly. So nobody gave us a chance to win any of these playoff games. So we won, and then we got one game away from the Super Bowl. So now the future is bright. So we Commander fans, we are excited. Looking forward to next year.
Well, yeah, like I said, you got beat down. It seemed like a mile away, but you're real close for actually getting to the game. So we'll give you kudos on that. Tony, the man of the hour, the Eagles fan. Guess Sweat talking about whatever. Talk to us, bro.
Well, as the Eagles, the defense really showed up. I think the defense really confused the quarterback, Mahomes. Just a top four. We didn't have to do any blitz and everything. So I think the Eagles showed it, and Jalen showed up. A lot of people was criticizing that the Eagles only winning because of their running game. They really wasn't throwing the ball that much. And Jalen would say, "Hey, you guys did stop on the run." So so that means the pass was there. And as they said, Eagles, pick your poison. You want to either beat you by the run or beat you by the pass. So I'm glad that Jalen played pretty well and got the MVP. And I see Ty, what team did you represent? I know you talk about them, but
The Lions, baby, the Lions.
Detroit. Okay, right. So I guess that he was that Washington did beat Detroit. So and then we end up slamming Washington
Yeah, they beat us bad,
championship game.
but they beat us.
And you're right. Washington did beat the Eagles when Jalen was hurt. So you're right. You know, I agree with that. You did beat us when our quarterback was down, but you know, win is a win.
Hey, you know, like I keep
Yeah.
on telling people, we lost with our defense not being there. So it is what it is. You know, but you
Mhm.
know, I mean, that's the thing. But you know, in stating all this, what do you guys feel about next year? I mean, what do you think about football as far as where it's going and as far as next year? What do you guys feel about that? Whether it's your team or what you've seen on that, what are your thoughts on that? Like next year, yeah. I mean, the thing about it is they got this new kickoff rule. Did y'all like it at least?
No, it's retarded. I can't get with that. It's almost like you playing elementary school stuff. Like, wait a minute. No, let them run down the field. Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah,
Well,
I don't
well,
like it.
I think they was trying to get more returns, and also the only thing I like about it is it kind of keeps the guys safe. So that's the reason for changing that kickoff
Hmm.
rule. But so you did see a lot more returns than normal because they used to just let the ball go in the end zone and didn't worry about it.
Hmm.
But you know, you even saw guys actually catching it and running out of the end zone to return the kicks. And it seemed like for the most part, you know, they might have got another 10 or 15 yards um, more than what they normally would have gotten. But that's what it was designed. It was designed to actually try to keep these guys safe, you know, because really it's a suicide squad when you running back punts and kickoffs, you know. But so punts
Yeah,
are the same, but I mean, but the kickoff is a little more dangerous. But anyway, so that was the reason for it. But you know,
I
I
actually
don't know why. I'm sorry, I don't know why they didn't change it in college though. But go ahead, Rosie.
no, I'm
right.
sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. You go.
Okay.
Go.
No, no, I'm good.
Well, it just reminded me when you were saying keeping the players safe. I actually did hear a report today that this past season it was the lowest percentage of concussions
Mhm.
Hmm.
that they have had in the history of the NFL. So
Wow,
that
that's cool.
that worked really well. And I know that can attribute a lot of it to the helmets and all that, but
Hmm.
all of those things factored in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, kickoffs you get, you know, you subject get hurt a lot more on those types of plays in here. And the only thing I think they'll have to do something when you do the onside kick, you know, there's no element of surprise. So there has to be something that, you know, because right now I think the percentage of recovery to onside kick was extremely low because you took out the element of surprise. So
Hmm.
I think this has to be a way that you know you could still do element surprise with the onside kick. So I think you'll have to go back to the drawing board how they could keep try to keep the players safe and also about the onside kick.
Hmm.
Great
Hmm.
point.
Yeah.
Great point in that because the onside kick was a little interesting there. Especially I think it recovered like several times. It was exciting when they did, but it was such a low percentage. Like, you know, it's coming. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't usually get hurt on an onside kick per se, but I don't know if they've done their stuff like that. But I know definitely on the kickoffs, they're very, very dangerous. So kudos out for them trying to make it more safety for people. You know, I mean, I know Mike Washington. I think he did a couple kick returns back in the day. Um,
But guess who was
Well,
one of
you
the
know,
ones
you know
that
what, you
had
know
that
what, you been
successful
funny, but you
onside
know
kick?
what, I really did. See, one thing, one thing
you know
about
all
Todd
about
is
danger, Mike. You know all
one
about
thing,
danger,
one
man. You're
thing,
like
one
right
thing
on the
about.
edge.
What did you play? What sport did you play, Todd?
I play
Don't make
basketball,
up
man.
nothing.
My dad wouldn't let
Did
me
you?
play football.
Your dad wouldn't let you play football. Okay,
Yeah,
all right, okay,
he wouldn't let me
okay.
play it because he was even when he was a football coach. He's like, "No, you're not playing that." I'm
So
like,
your dad was
"What?"
a coach.
Yeah.
Wait, now see, people be hearing stuff different. Rosie, you can attest to this. Sometimes people hear things different. Like a buddy of mine was going to therapy and he said this therapist told him he didn't have to come back anymore. But she probably told him don't come back anymore. So you said your father said he didn't want you to play
Yeah.
or you couldn't play. If your father's a coach, he was coaching the game,
Uh-oh.
but he wouldn't let you play.
Well,
Okay.
maybe it might have been a little bit of both there, but he said, "Nah, you ain't playing football, son. Sorry about that. No football for you, man." So I had to play basketball. So
Got you. Okay. Okay. All
it
right.
is
All
what it
right.
is.
Okay. It is what it is.
It
Okay.
You know
is
what I'm
what it
saying? I
is.
wouldn't be
Okay.
protect myself. He's like, "Okay, you're gonna cross the middle and get paralyzed, bro, because you better watch out.
Yep.
You ain't made of steel."
Right. So how good were you in basketball then?
Oh man, I had a couple scholarships and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty
Okay,
good.
wait
It's
a minute.
Didn't
funny.
Hold on.
use
Hold
them.
on. Let me, no,
Division
hold,
One
hold, hold, hold
scholarships.
for a second. Let me see something. Where? Because I'm looking this up. Where?
Oh,
Before you go.
Valparaiso, I think was one, and
Who?
Valparaiso. They're a small Division I school up in Indiana.
Valparaiso.
Yeah,
Spell it.
Valparaiso.
Spell it.
Oh
VAL.
Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord, you gonna have me do right on here,
Doing
man.
a fact check.
That's it. I'm saying
VALRAISO.
yeah. You can't spell the school you want
Valparaiso.
to say it again?
VALPARAISO.
Okay, Valparaiso. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And you said a couple.
Yeah, a couple of them. I forgot the other one there. You had me
Ah,
try to remember that one, but I remember that one. They wanted me to be a walk-on and stuff like that. So like, cool. And I got a lot of Division II,
let me Google this right now.
ride scholarships.
Valparaiso.
And Todd, you were also a coach,
Was
correct?
Todd ever invited to come to Valparaiso?
Oh Lord.
Sorry.
They didn't have this back in the
We
day.
never heard of Todd Hunt.
I'll tell you, man. But
The
yeah,
voice
I could play back in the day. I had a little game back in the day, you know. But I mean, and saying all the stuff that's happened and stuff like that, the football season and where it's going. I think football is back on the rise again because number one, the safety that it's having and stuff like that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? You're not worried about people coming out crushed and stuff like that, or head injuries like they used to have. You get something in the head. Just shake it off. Now they know, hey, something actually happened to you.
Right. Do any of you know what a concussion really is?
Yes.
You do?
I'm living.
I mean, I know. I just want to know if you guys knew.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's a jarring of the brain, and sometimes you actually can black out. Because my husband played football. He actually tried out for the Dallas Cowboys after college. But
Blasphemy.
I know.
Nah.
But I'm starting to see the effects of it now, later on, memory loss, all that kind of stuff. So
Well, they
yeah.
actually say that your brain is detached from the skull.
Wow.
That's crazy. So it's like having some inside of a water balloon that can move around inside. That's what a concussion is, and so that's why it's serious. And when I learned that, I was like, man, that is crazy. That guys sometimes suffer with 2 and 3 in a season. You know what I mean? I mean, and then now, like you just said, you understand the side effects and in the severity of having a concussion. That's man, that is a serious injury.
Yes, it is. But the most devastating is when you have coaches that keep you going in there and saying, like, do it again. You like half like coherent. They're like, go and hit him again. It's like
Well,
barbaric.
Especially when they didn't realize what was happening. Now, and then I'm trying to be funny, Tony, but that was the first time, I think. First time or second time you played the Eagles with Jalen had a concussion.
Second time.
And he was trying to stay out there, but when he stood up, the referee looked at him like, "Hey, son, you're not even looking like you're supposed to be looking right now." I mean, you can see that small conversation, but it's a trip because my son played in high school, and he had a concussion, and the thing was he was standing there with the referees like mad because he thought they was giving them the first down. He had actually stopped the guy from getting the first down, but he didn't realize that his team now had the ball. He was still on the field standing there talking to the referee like, hey, what's going on? So it's wild what your mind is telling you still at that point. So
as a mother of 3 football players, I've gone through that. Also mostly with my youngest son, who you said your husband tried out for the for the Cowboys. Well, my son tried out for the Washington Redskins at the time. He had a tryout with them, and I was like, man, if they sign him, I'm gonna have to wear that jersey. But my plan was to put my Cowboy jersey on first and the Redskin on top of that, so Cowboys would be on my heart. So, but
you were keeping it as a secret.
Right.
So yeah, but he's had at least 3 concussions during his football career.
Right.
I still keep an eye on praise God, I don't see any signs. At one point I was seeing blink a lot, and so I had a conversation with him about that, like, why the blinking? Do you need to go get something checked? What's going on? But I thank God for keeping him through that, because
Absolutely.
and he was one of the types that would want to get back out there.
Yep.
We would keep an eye on him and be like, nah, bro, you sitting down. If I had to go out on that field, you sitting down. And they didn't
Yeah.
want to come on.
Because the scariest thing is the long-term effect,
Yeah.
Yes.
a lot of guys, Austin Eckler, I think he had 2 concussions this year,
Yep.
and he came back from both of them. But the thing of it is, I mean, really, are these doctors really looking out for your better half, or are they just saying, well, the team needs you, and you could use another 2 weeks, but we're gonna send you out there anyway. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
one of the biggest things was the improvement in the changes on the helmets. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
they claim they have a better helmet, but
Hmm.
because the helmets that like Darryl Green and them wore at the time,
They kept you from dying on the field.
Basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
right,
Well, how
right.
about the leather helmets? Did that help any?
Man,
Mm.
that listen to
None
me,
of that
that
again.
ain't help nothing except just keep your head warm. Other
That
than
was
that,
Right.
that was a psychological thing then. Like
Yeah.
they
yeah,
thought
Yeah.
yeah.
it was protecting them.
But
Right.
now the game wasn't
Like,
as violent as it is right now when they had them leather helmets. 'Cause
Hmm.
all they were doing was it was mostly the other dudes out there anyway. It wasn't too many of us, and they wasn't that fast and agile anyway. So
right, and their bodies were not made of steel.
I was
exactly,
gonna say, because
Whereas
these
now
guys are
they're so buff,
huge.
they're
yeah,
so
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
so muscular.
Well, they
They're
say literally every
different.
every play is almost like a human car accident. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So that's
Yeah.
that's kind of wild, but
Yeah.
so
But
You
I
know,
am excited about the young quarterbacks. Like I was excited when we played Atlanta
mm-hmm,
and the
mm-hmm,
African
mm-hmm.
American quarterback they had. I mean, and they all spoke
Michael
very
Penix,
well.
Michael Penix Jr.
Yes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Right.
oh,
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Very
everybody was
well
saying
spoken.
everybody's saying in Atlanta they should have Penix early because they like that dude could play.
Yeah.
But you're paying a guy a whole lot of money. You got to see if he's the dude of the future. And it looks like what are they going to do with Kirk Cousins? Not that you guys are not unfamiliar with Kirk Cousins, but the question comes down to, and that guy's made a very good career
Oh yeah.
by, getting you to the playoffs, but he didn't get them to
Mhm.
the playoffs this time. And Panic showed that I'm the quarterback of now. You better get me rolling right now.
Yeah.
So you're right. A lot of good players are great to see them show up, with DEI going away for some strange reason, but reality is they earned it. And I hope
Yeah.
that people got to understand when they say merit, what we're really talking about here is if I earned it, I deserve it, not
That's
because
right.
you don't think I deserve it. And that's what I'm
Right.
worried about in the
Well,
future.
Yeah.
I don't think DEI is going to play in the NFL. If you notice the NFL,
No.
just look at the Super Bowl. Just look at the Super Bowl. If DEI had anything to do with the Super Bowl, it was all about money.
Oh,
Hmm.
They know that now is, again, like I said earlier, white tight ends is the bomb.
Hmm.
Black quarterbacks are the bomb. And not only they the bomb, they are winning.
Yeah.
They have changed offensive coordinators say, we got to play this way because they win. Jalen Hurts just showed you that.
Hmm.
They showed Jaden Daniels just showed you that. Russell Wilson in his early days, Patrick Mahomes, they just show you that. They know that is dollars.
hmm
And like we said, it's all about a business. And
Yeah.
now black quarterbacks are finally getting their just due. But the reason they're getting their just due, they putting butts in those seats. They
Mm.
Yep.
selling product.
well,
Yep.
They're making the media talk about them. And this is the other thing about the NFL. You say the NFL didn't come back. They just found another way to make themselves more marketable and visible.
mhm.
They got Amazon, they got Prime on the NFL now. NFL bully the NBA. They bully the college teams as far as TV and media time. They get prime time more than anybody. So if you saying anything, they are making money. They getting ready. What, another country? They're getting ready.
Yeah.
Well, really, they learned from the NBA. They realized the NBA
Oh.
does not need the United States to make their money because they make so much money
Mhm.
overseas now. It's more of a
Yeah.
global sport, and that's what they're trying to do. Yeah, you dominated America, but how long can you dominate America? You know what I'm
But what
saying?
do y'all think about them playing? What is it? Australia next year? They're gonna
Yeah,
open the season. Yeah,
They're trying to,
Sydney.
they're, they're trying to get new markets and new, new fans.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
if they
See,
get new
exactly.
fans,
It's all about money
that's more
because
revenue.
Mhm.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Like Donnell was saying, it's about revenue. So what happens is if you get these other places involved and they're buying jerseys and they're buying
Mm.
Prime to watch it on Thursdays. I mean, so it's about the money. But Charles,
Yeah.
I want to go back, pick back off what you said about the tight ends. Tight ends right now, white boys are the bomb. We used to be the bomb. It's just Black History
Right.
Month. We used to be the bomb. Antonio Gates used to play for the Chargers, was one of the best tight ends ever played the game. Tony Gonzalez, and
Mm.
both the
The
Sharp
Sharp
brothers.
brothers.
That's
Mm-hmm.
right. You know what I mean. They are going to be the first brothers to
Mm-hmm.
be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and they both
Mm.
played tight end. You know what I mean.
Right.
So not saying you was wrong, but I'm just saying I want you know me. I'm soul brother number one. I'm gonna tell you right now, buddy.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It switched.
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
know,
sure.
they whites were dominating as quarterbacks. Now
Mhm.
the whites are dominated as tight ends.
Well, I
Mhm.
think what it is that we're getting opportunity afforded to us, and that opportunity kind of opens up the gate where you can see what we're able to do and realize, man, these
Mhm.
guys can play, so more of it happens.
Well, what's funny is if you watch the game, sometimes some teams' whole defense is black. You'll
Mhm.
see every now and then you'll see a white boy. I'm talking about now. They got some bad white boys. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
You
they
know,
got some
Mhm.
good boys.
white boy last night messed up my daggone uh 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 my
Oh,
money last night.
that
I-
corner or
Oh, he was
50
good.
yeah.
rookie corner.
Hey Tony, you owe me $575
Is that
because
all?
hey, is that all? Let me tell you, let me tell you right now, buddy. Send it and let me get my address. That's all. That's all. Yeah, that's all.
Well, another thing too. Let's give a shout out to Autumn Lockwood for the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
She's a native from Morgantown. She's
Mm-hmm.
the first black female coach to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, Philly. I mean Eagles. Yep.
Yep.
All
And she's
right.
strength and conditioning coach and stuff like that.
Okay,
So
strength and
shout out,
conditioning coach. Okay.
I
you know what I'm
like
What's
saying?
up?
that.
You know,
Okay.
That's what's up.
people can say all they want, but DEI gives you
Can we get
opportunity
her
to
to
look at
come
other
here and help you,
opportunities.
Todd?
Huh?
Can can we get on the show so she can help you? She's a
Conditioning.
condition coach, so I'm sure
Probably.
she'll be able to help you get a pencil and a piece of
Yeah,
paper.
yeah,
Ah.
probably there, Charles. But I mean, but I thought that was pretty cool, and the
Mhm.
fact of it is that they took a chance and gave someone an
Yeah.
opportunity that otherwise wouldn't have a chance because
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
can rig the system up to purposely ignore people.
Yeah.
And I
They
think the
have-
best commercial was the flag football, women's flag football
Oh,
league.
definitely.
Man,
That
That
was the bomb.
commercial
That
was,
was the bomb.
Yeah.
that was a great
well,
commercial.
and speaking of commercials,
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about the halftime show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to get to that one.
Come on, Tony. Come on, Tony.
Uh-oh.
Talk to me about that, man. I know you've been waiting for that one, bro. Let's talk about the halftime show.
Well, I guess like you said, what's it, subliminal when you say posted messages that he supposed to have made and everything. I mean, I'm not a follower of rap that at all really, but I check out social media. Some people are totally against it. Some people said it was deep. So I guess it's your point of view. You had Samuel Jackson's Uncle Sam. So so
I'm trying to say, man, Uncle Sambo? No, I'm just playing. I love Samuel Jackson. I don't think he was doing that, bro.
right. So it's your point of view. Some people say, well, it's not a time and a place, and say, well, the halftime show should be for all people. So I mean, so I listen to various people's perspective. So that's why I was waiting here to see what you guys were thinking about it.
Well, you just said the halftime supposed to be for all people. White people will say that anytime is us. If it's
Right.
for all people. First of all, if it's a white person performing, is that for all people? So my whole thing is, I enjoyed it. I don't follow Kendrick of course, it's just ironic that that song that he and Drake been going back and forth with each other. That song was actually just a comeback on one of the things that Drake had said to him. It ended up getting him what 4 or 5 Grammys,
Yeah.
and of course he got the Grammys after he was already awarded the halftime show. So
Mhm.
he's also the first rapper to have ever um held on to the whole entire show by itself.
Right.
So if you ask me, I don't care. Really, it was entertainment, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I saw a lot of white folks at the Super Bowl. I didn't see too many black people. They kept that camera panning around, and I saw a lot of white people at the Super Bowl. And all I'm saying is, it was a lot of cheering and a lot of singing along when he was on stage. That's for sure. So. So it's all I read some of those comments. Some of the comments were idiotic, but my thing is, look, all it did was blow him up even more. That's all it did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
That's
Mike
what the Super
Washington be
Bowl
our,
is.
oh, sorry, Mike.
That's what the Super Bowl is intended to do. If you perform at the Super Bowl, first of
Mhm.
all, they claim you don't get paid. Now I
That's
don't
great. Say that.
I don't believe it 100%.
Yeah. Well, I think you
But
get paid something because you
but they
gotta hire the dancers. I don't think
Oh
the
yeah.
dancers do for free. So I think
exactly.
you get some money, but I think it's not that much. That you
But the
get
Mhm.
something.
publicity that you get
Right.
Right.
is what takes you over the top. You know what I mean?
Right.
Of course, when Beyonce did it, whether she needed it or not, when she did it, it instantly made her ticket sell out like that. You know what I mean? So that's what it does for entertainers anyway. You know what I mean?
Well,
But what
well,
tickled
if
me was when I saw I'm sorry, when I saw
Serena.
Serena out there, and
Trip
that message
Walton.
that because Drake supposedly had dated her and he supposedly had dated SZA. So my thing is though that's the only thing now. If you ask me the
You're a rap
negativity,
connoisseur, Mike. I
I
didn't
well,
know
know,
that.
right? Break
well,
it down. Break it down.
well, but the thing is though, it only kind of made me mad because my thing is, it's almost like, I'm not gonna say they're being petty, but it's almost like, why would she do it? Did she do that knowing what she was doing, or did she do it just for the publicity of
Oh,
herself? Because
she did because she knew she was doing a diss to Drake,
Yeah,
and
she's smart.
she happened to dance on that song.
Mm-hmm. Oh
exactly,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. I
exactly.
had
wait a
my
minute.
kids break it down for me.
Yeah.
I
Been
couldn't
after
understand
for
that
a
one.
The
while.
Los Angeles song California Dance. So I mean, she did it on another show. I think it was type of honor show before she was dancing before. So it's
Right.
like
Mm-hmm.
looking
Well,
totally new.
she also made a statement that she said if I'd have did that while I was actually playing tennis on one of my matches, she said they would have fined me so
Oh,
much. And
I'm
that's
sure.
funny, what I mean? Because it seemed like she danced even harder, knowing, that nothing would come behind it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
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 But personally, I thought it was quite entertaining, and also I have a nephew as Charles know, one of my brothers has a son that lives in California, and I was surprised, but um the brother that did the national anthem, John Batiste, is that
hmm
his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Batiste. He actually had my nephew dancing with him out as one of the lead dancers
Hmm.
when he was receiving his Grammy award. So and I think it was
Cool.
last year though. But nevertheless, I enjoyed the show. So it's just funny. I'm not for anybody. Um, I'm tired of seeing us tear each other down. That's number one. You know
hmm
what I mean? So like I say, that's what's so ironic about this particular song. This wasn't like a song he wrote to just be a hit. It was just a
Mm-hmm.
diss song, right? And it
Right.
ended up having
Mm-hmm.
such a catchy tune
hmm
that because people had to break the words down to me when the song first came out. I was like, what is he talking about? He's like, oh, you
Yeah,
talking about Drake and
this
you
this
talking
new
about
this new
Right.
rap stuff I don't get myself, man. I'm like, man, I
Mm-hmm.
Well,
need
No.
interpreter.
see if in production is what you see. The
hmm
people at the stadium couldn't see.
hmm
It's what you see. He did the American flag.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Samuel Jackson came out as Uncle Sam.
right,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they said it was a black thing. No, he was talking about America.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
exactly,
He was
Yep.
talking about people that was depressed in America, that's oppressed in America. So
Right.
Mhm.
if you didn't hear, you seen. And an
Mhm.
important word he said that people didn't catch. He said, the revolution won't be televised. He sung it, but he said, oh, he let you know it is being televised.
Exactly.
You're
Mhm.
watching
Mhm.
us now.
That's right.
Right. Right.
So
Because if you think
I
about it,
take my hat
all the
off.
entertainers were black.
Yeah,
Mm,
and
Yeah,
yeah.
they all were.
this is the whole
All,
key.
Well, except for
from the
one of them
beginning
was
to the end.
one of
Yeah.
them wasn't there.
Both quarterbacks,
Mhm.
Yeah.
everybody that sang,
Not
Yeah.
right?
everybody. Not everybody.
Not
Ledisi
everybody.
was good.
You had a country singer up in there,
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and she
you
had
didn't,
she had black
right.
and then you had Lady
accompanying
Gaga.
her.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh
Mhm.
right.
Yeah,
Let's
that
Mhm.
let's go
New
do the
New
Dave Chappelle
Orleans,
thing.
they had two with the New
I was gonna say
Orleans flavor.
everybody that sang, both the national anthem and the
Right.
um what was the other
The
one
Black National Anthem.
The
the
Black
black national
Napper.
anthem? You're right,
Mm-hmm.
exactly.
And if you think about, and we're talking about media and money, what channel was that on? What network was that on?
Fox. But but
Fox.
but let's remember, Fox has made its back off of black artists to get itself started. When you think of In Living Color, let's not forget a little black history here since it's out of schools. The reason why
Mm-hmm.
they had the halftime show is because a little show called In Living Color happened
Right.
Mm-hmm.
to televise something during the halftime show, and everybody left there to
Yeah.
watch the In Living Color piece. And they said that will
Mm-hmm.
never happen again. Then Michael Jackson showed up to make sure that doesn't happen. That's
But
why
Mhm.
think
they had
about
the show.
that. That was back then. Just think about now in Fox. That's a
Mm-hmm.
bold move. Say, Trump, we ain't think about you. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
continue to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Because Fox is Trump. And they
Hmm.
never put the camera. I would have loved to see what he was looking at while that
Exactly.
halftime show
I think
was
he left.
going
I
He
on.
was
think he
gone by
left.
then, right?
Yeah, I think he left.
Oh, he left?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't
Nah,
stay for the
he
whole
left.
thing.
He not. You're right, but he left after the halftime show.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
so
so.
he
Now
did
he
Yeah.
might
see it.
he might have stood there in his seat. He might have been walking through the building, but he heard it. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They not like us.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, Rosie, you didn't say nothing about the halftime show at all.
Rosie said she was asleep.
So no, I wasn't asleep. I was there. I was there watching with about 25 of my senior citizens
Oh.
were not
Oh,
interested at all in the
Mm-hmm.
halftime show, but they love the
Mm-hmm.
game. I have an annual Super Bowl party for them every year.
Oh
Mm.
wow.
I
Where?
will say
Where
for
where were
me,
y'all?
huh?
Where were y'all? Don't say the DMV. Where were y'all?
Yeah,
Virginia?
we were in the V of the D. No, we in Virginia,
Okay.
in the community. I'm a property manager too. I heard Tony say that earlier. I'm a property manager too,
Yeah.
and my property is for seniors age 62 and older.
Oh
My
wow.
average age is 84 years old.
Oh,
Wow.
average
And they
age.
love
So
to
You got
senior
seniors
62?
in your home 62 years old? I know, right?
I
62 and
know.
older.
That's a little scary.
I know. That's
What?
me.
What's scary?
You and me both.
Yeah, okay.
What?
Yeah,
I'm like,
y'all are seniors.
yeah,
Yikes.
Oh
I
That's what
yeah,
I
know.
think
Todd
about
is the
that.
only
Mike said, I
Todd
may
is
not
the
want to
only
go
one
around
on
here
here
picking
not
them
a
up.
senior.
that's the
Yeah,
age
right.
set forth by HUD to call them seniors at 62.
Mm.
So we were all gathered for our annual party.
I'm gonna start using that when I go to the movies. Go ahead.
You
I
get a
do that for
discount.
Vegas.
Yeah, man. Shoot, I've been paying
I
full
do use
price.
it, Mike.
Discount. I'm gonna give it at 55.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got my AARP
Wow.
card.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I was
oh,
interested
AAP
in
don't slip.
watching
Don't
them
sleep. I'm tell you that right
watch
now.
the halftime show, which they were not interested in because it's rap and that was just not their cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
So I was entertained. It wasn't really my cup of tea either, but I have respect as an artist. I have respect for artists. So I
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
respect the fact that he was there. I respect the fact that he was the first solo rap artist.
Mhm.
I didn't get to hear all of the lyrics because they began to talk. But I
I
set
just
my
couldn't understand it.
DVR so I can go back and watch it and and then be able to really judge for myself what I thought about it. So I have to do the rewatch.
Well,
Mhm.
my daughter had to interpret. I was watching right live right there, and I was
Mhm.
like, what he just say? What was that? I had no clue.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
I
think
was
they
with one
should
of my
put it in.
boys, and we about the same age. We didn't understand what's going on. I was like, "Oh, nice dancing routines here. Nice
Right,
moves
right.
going
Oh,
on."
look, they're doing the flag. That was me
Yeah,
too.
okay, that's
Right.
pretty cool. I missed everything there. I was like, everybody's talking about, oh, it's so deep.
People gonna come out of
I'm
that
like,
car. That was me.
Right.
But as a stage production person, I'm like, I'm loving seeing 900 people jump out of a car. I'm like, ooh,
Right.
ooh, I love.
Right.
Yes, that was
900 people.
cool.
Right.
Those were the things catching my attention last night.
Yeah.
And it was something special about that car. They wasn't just
Yeah.
jumping
That
out
was
of a
Apple,
They were
car.
coming out,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
yeah, they were coming up out of a
well,
No,
hose
the,
over
well,
the
there.
well,
name
nah,
of the
you're right,
car,
Chuck.
that was a special, it's something, I don't know
Exactly.
exactly.
He wanted that car, and I heard that he's going to actually get the car and then they use it on this tour now.
Yeah, it's gonna
Oh,
be on tour with
Hmm.
him.
Hmm.
Yeah, probably gonna put it on stage. But
Hmm.
yeah, and it has something to do with his on his cover, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I
So
think it's
I
the
didn't
car
know
that
they
they
still
used
made
on the cover. So
albums.
he was like, "Hey man, I like to get that car."
yeah,
And
mm.
so
yeah. I
and so
listened to the
I
producer today.
yeah,
She was
yeah.
talking about it and
So I
how
think it was kind of like a surprise, right? Like they got the car for him, and I don't think he knew they was going to get. And of course, he knew they're going to use it in the show once they got it, but I think he wanted that car after they did the album cover, and so he ended
yeah,
up getting it and using it in the halftime show. Now he's keeping the car.
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah.
got a
That's the
question for Tony since he's from Philadelphia.
Uh-oh.
Why'd that dude jump off that light post on his head?
No, no.
Oh,
What is it with Philly and horses in their, I mean, Philly does like, what are they going to do for the parade? Last time they had a horse and
Well, I take Charles. I'm not trying to be funny. Let me say something before you say something, because I had horses. Now I got a buddy of mine named Earl that I talked to today, and he was telling me that when I was in Syracuse, he used to run a lot of horses in Syracuse, and this is a brother, but back in the day, he's a very 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 fair skinned brother, like naturally he's lighter than you are, Charles,
Wow.
and so back then he said white folks almost he got past him because sometimes they would look at him and think he was white man, but um, they gave him heck for your sake. They gave him heck back in the day when he would bring his horse up there. So I'm glad that's a good question. Now let's see if if Tony can answer for us. But
It sounds like one of those situations like I'm in Philly, but I ain't hearing about no horse stuff.
oh, okay,
You know,
okay.
because we talking like only thing
Mhm.
I'm thinking about, like say the police officers are riding their horse, and are you talking about something like that, or are you talking about horses in general, or more so
I
that you?
mean, when they have a parade or something, there's something about Philly is fond of doing something with horses.
They call some horses fillies. You know what I
Phillies.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that
yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah,
Mike,
I thought of
my,
course of that. Yeah.
Mike,
Hmm?
that's that's why we gotta give you 2 minutes. See, you know, you do homework. like like some of us should do homework.
Okay.
We're
Oh
getting
man.
close to the 2 minutes. I think we're going this is probably our last show, so we're gonna extend this thing a little
What
bit
you doing, Chris? What you looking up, Chris?
longer.
I'm not looking at nothing.
Oh, I thought you.
Anybody has any more comments in reference to yesterday game? Now I'm gonna speak a part of the referees. They started off wrong. Beginning of the game, the referee
Mm-hmm.
started off wrong, and then they try to make it up on the next call.
So hold on, Charles. You talking about
The
that
very
call
first call,
that call that when that pass play?
no,
Passing the
no,
prayer.
no, 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 the very first call.
What was the very first call?
I'm trying to think of the very first call, and then
Was
they try to make it up.
it was a offensive
Eh,
pass interference on the Eagles? Is that what you're talking about?
No, no, it was
Oh,
I think he's talking about another one that I can't
the
remember right
very
now.
first call was on the
On
Eagles,
the Eagles, and it was on
but
the Chiefs. But
it
the
was
Eagles
on
were focused. They were
Yeah.
like, "We're gonna beat the refs and you."
Well, hold. What? So I'm not trying to be funny. You don't know. We don't know what call you're talking about. You don't know what call you're referring
No,
to.
it was I have to go back and look at the very first call.
I thought the very first call was the offensive pass interference on the Eagles.
I think, but I think we was talking about the offside penalty that wasn't really an offside because a false starter. I guess we say was is a neutral zone infraction.
Yeah,
Chiefs.
but I think the offensive was the. I'm actually watching the game now on delay. Well, I'm not delayed, but I stopped while I was watching it. But I think the first play was the.
You've been watching the game the whole time, Tony. Go ahead anyway.
Yeah,
He's been watching.
No,
He's been
the
living his
offensive
moment.
pass interference.
got them
And I
psychedelic
think the
lights
makeup
on.
call.
Yeah. No, that's the game.
Right.
Psychedelic lights.
Right.
That's the TV.
It's a
I
TV.
know.
Right.
It's in living color.
Right. And
Yeah.
the makeup call, I think Charles was talking about, and then when they were saying the Chiefs guy hit the tight end in their head, and that's like the makeup call.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Right.
Those, they came back to back. You
Right.
know,
It
it
kind
was
of
the
like
very
that.
first. I said, "Oh, there they go, starting this nonsense from the beginning."
Well, you know what? But you know what? Back in the day, you remember in the 70s, you had to beat the refs and that other team when you saw that stuff happening. You had to be that good.
Mhm.
And that's why they
Yep.
were that good in the 70s because they said we're going to beat you regardless, and
Mhm.
then we're going to bet so that nobody's going to have any doubt. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, you got a lot of people that are not used to that because they think, well, we're starting to go back towards that in some strange way. But you know, hey, we just got to be stronger than the elements around us.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, they called a couple of offside penalties on the Chiefs, which was real calls.
Yeah.
Actually, they was
Oh.
lining up. They was lining up offsides
Yes.
Right.
the entire game. And I was telling my wife. I said, but he's offsides. She said, what do you mean? He's not moving. I said, no, he's lined up offsides. And then a few plays later, they finally called it. She said, you was right. You said
Yeah.
that.
Well, I think
Three,
also
four-
too. I think also too the Chiefs when the Eagles did the push, the tush push in the end zone for them to score that first touchdown, whatever,
Mhm.
it actually damaged the Chiefs because Jones was like he was mad
Mhm.
because they couldn't physically match with them.
Right.
Mhm.
And at that particular point, you know, they were trying to do everything they could to do it so that neutral thing started to happen. But at the end of the day, it didn't prevail. The game was played.
Right. But they were successful against the Buffalo Bills of stopping them, but against the Eagles, it was a little tougher because I think out of 4 attempts with Buffalo tried to do the quarterback sneak, I think they stopped him 3 times.
Mhm.
You
Right.
can't, that line is bad. Those
I
lines,
think
that's a good line, offensive
Chiefs
line y'all
did
have. I mean,
Mhm.
big dudes that are powerful and strong and
All
smart.
right.
yeah. It's
They
tough.
have an outstanding offensive line and an outstanding defensive line. So when it comes to offensive line, that's where we need to beef up. We need to beef up our line.
Mhm.
I don't care about no wide receivers. We need to beef up our lines.
Darnell, absolutely. Don't worry, they're gonna do that. They're gonna do both defense and offense. Trust me. If Adam Peters had a known what he knows now, and that is that Jaden would take them one game away from going to the Super Bowl, he would have gotten us a couple more offensive linemen. You mark my word.
Mhm.
We're gonna have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. Right now, there are players right now that's playing on other teams
Dallas.
that have already put their bid in. They've already had their agents call Adam Peters to say, "Hey, man, get me on their list before they
Dallas.
run out of money." And I'm telling you right now, you're gonna be surprised. But you're absolutely right.
serious.
I'm telling you right now.
Dallas.
Speaking of Dallas, okay, so speaking of Dallas, Charles, since you brought it up, I want to bring
Well,
up
I'm just saying one of their
points.
players on the offensive line want to come over to Washington.
2 points that y'all have discussed tonight. The tush push, Dallas did one this year. And offside kicks, Dallas was one of those successful
Back up. What'd you say about the tush push? You said that they did what? They stopped it.
We successfully defended the tush push this year.
Well, how about the Offside.
Now that's no for
What
real
did they
because
do about the offside kick? What was
They
famous
covered one.
for
Yeah,
the?
they did.
Oh, they covered one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They
So we
didn't
were
cover
one of the
enough.
few teams that were successful in both of those areas.
and they
Okay.
fired their
Mhm.
coach.
Yep.
They let their
Yeah,
coach go.
word.
Excuse
Yeah,
me. They let
word.
their
and they
coach go.
still ended up, Rose, you know I love you.
That's all right. That's all right. I'm
And they
not talking
still
about where
ended
they
up
ended up.
on the
I'm
couch
celebrating.
holding
I'm
holding places
celebrating. I'm
because I heard
celebrating those victories.
because the commander said that when they got there, they had every snack in the nation was there already. They y'all had got all the snacks, everything was ready for us to watch the game with y'all.
What? What?
Right.
And the Commanders was in the Super Bowl. You know, Dotson scored a touchdown. So I mean,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
lent him to Philly.
yeah.
Well, I think the Commanders with new
Hey,
ownership
hey,
is a
hey,
great
hey,
spot.
Charles, I don't know if you're noticing that. That's Hassan, the guy that does the embroidery.
Yeah,
That's his nephew. That's his sister's son,
Dotson.
Jahan Dotson.
Oh my
That's right.
goodness.
So when we actually drafted him, he called me. He was like, Mike, you didn't say thank you. I said, man, go ahead, man. I said, man, you just mad because y'all couldn't get him. But I was surprised. I really was surprised when they released him.
Mhm.
Because I'm telling you right now, I think with Jaden Daniels, it would almost be almost like Batman and Robin duo because Jahan
Mhm.
Dotson, young legs, man, young brother, and hopefully the Eagles will keep him, and then and Jalen will throw the ball to him a little more. But he snuck out there yesterday and caught that long bomb, and it was funny to me because I was like, go ahead, Jahan. I said they forgot about you, but he like a little high school kid out there for real.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
He
Well, now
did.
that we're coming up against the minute there, we got the
The
2 minute
2 minutes.
and we done piece. Charles, which one's gonna go with the 2 minute first?
Uh, you got somewhere to go tonight? Um,
Some of us have government jobs that we have to sign into in the morning
I have
on
to,
time.
well,
and
if
I
you're
have
not
I,
on
I have a
time,
6 o'clock flight
they'll
tomorrow
realize
morning.
that the
Still got work.
traffic is all messed up, and you're getting off early tomorrow. You know, DC gets scared every time they say the word snow, so it'll be a 2 hour early release.
I want to say something to just to put some knowledge to you, Charles. Also, when I was talking about the Phillies, Philly is a young horse. So in other words, when they're
Oh,
adult female horse is a mare,
Hmm.
and
okay,
then but they're too young to be called a mare, so they call them fillies, which is
okay.
which is like
Trot,
like
you
a
writing that down? You're in
I mean,
Philly. Just in
I
case.
heard
No,
that,
no, no, no harm, no
no,
danger.
but
You
you
don't
you
need.
associate with Philadelphia. Yeah, that's why I said I ain't hear nothing about when you said Philadelphia, but the horses. But I heard of Philly. When it comes to
what's the
horses.
Well,
score? What's the score, Tony?
I was gonna say, Trump watching the game. He ain't writing nothing down.
That man's be living a whole lot of moments.
I know, right?
While
What's
we're
the
doing
score?
I'm
that,
reading
because
the
I got
What's
game
to
the
say
for
score
him
one
right
and
last
now,
word.
man? What's the
it's
score
not
Trot,
right
more
we
than
now?
five.
offended. When you come on, give us. We say give us 2 minutes.
That's what I
That's
gave
right.
y'all.
He said
Yeah,
he
look,
gave
I
you
gave
two
you 2
minutes.
minutes.
He
Let me
said
finish
I
watching
gave
the rest
y'all
of the
I
two
game
put the
again.
game.
minutes.
I
And
put
we're
the game
I
on
done.
love
You
it.
pause.
can't even give us 2 minutes.
Yeah, I put the game on pause for an
Yeah,
hour,
yeah,
and it
yeah.
started back up
For
again.
an hour. I know that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
you
right.
know,
and it started
everybody
back up
snoozed
on
when
the
the
Trot
game
is
go.
was
funny
over
as
in
I
the
don't know
first
what.
quarter,
Okay,
really.
here we go.
Rosie, you know Trot? You know Trot?
I do.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
That's
here we
very
Charles,
funny.
go. Todd, let's get the 2 minutes, and then we'll end it the 2 minutes with Mike, and then we'll wind up everybody letting us know what they got going on.
okay. So, with that starting off with my 2 minutes here, basically, in essence, I'm a Detroit Lion fan. It's a little worrisome in Motown. First time ever we even got this far ever and been a number one seed. So I'm happy for last year. I hope we do it again. We lost our defensive and offensive coordinator, and they both went to bad teams, like real bad teams,
So
traditional
there he
bad
goes
teams.
sounding scared again. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just being honest with you. Glenn went to the Jets. Who's going to be playing for the Jets? You know what I'm saying? And then the
Not
Bears,
him.
like, really? I
Not
mean, you're
him.
going to go for two bad jobs or probably get you fired? So I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? There's a little trauma in Motown right now.
I'm
They're
just
taking
saying, you
our
know what I'm
assistants
saying?
away. I'm a little worried about next year because, I'm seeing who we getting. I like Shaw, but we have a lot of, offensive, defensive coordinators and all kind of people to work with next year. We may not have what we have. I'm hoping so, but that's just my 2 minutes.
You sound like the way you started the show this year, Todd. I just want to let you know.
Look, I was realistic. I knew
Hell
where we
nah.
were gonna go.
Hell nah. The line,
I'm just saying. I knew
the
what was gonna
line,
happen. The bottom dropped out.
the lines ain't doing nothing. And you sound like you started. Ye who have little faith. Don't he, Mike? He
Yes.
sounded just like he started
You
Yes.
when we
know, no,
started
Charles,
the
Yes.
I'm looking
show.
at reality, man.
Yes.
I'm looking at reality. When you have 13 people on IR on your defense and they're starting, you in trouble. When you lose all those kind of things, I'm just looking really, we're in trouble.
Mhm.
I'm hoping we can
You
get.
said 13 people on your starting defense.
Yeah,
They didn't
they're all
start
injured.
off with
You know it's only
13 people
11.
on
It's only
our.
11 starters.
I know, but our backups, man, we were playing with
they
backup on
they
backup.
didn't start off with those people on IR. Remember, the Lions won 17 games. Come on now. They
Well, they
won
won a lot of games.
17 games with the people on IR.
What happened? What had happened?
No, no.
What right,
What
right.
What
happened
had
is,
What had
happened
happened
Mike,
was
it's
was,
your
they
two
were
well,
injured.
minutes.
okay. So first of all, I'd like to thank everybody, including Trot, watching the game, talking about the game. That my man. That's the now you see you didn't have to watch the game. I know why you watched the game. You watched the
On-field
game.
reporter.
You watched the game
On-field
because you
reporter.
thought that's right. You thought that we were gonna ask you some questions that you couldn't answer. Now you see it was really just like an open forum, where you didn't have to watch the game. We weren't gonna quiz you. I'm glad your team won. That's cool. I'm glad you're enjoying it. You laid back. I like how you got the lights down because you thought that you didn't have to worry about us coming to you. You're right in the middle of my screen now. Rosie, you in the bottom again. I'm only telling you what I see. Not to say anything negative, but I'm just saying he's in the middle of the screen. So you're right in my eyesight. But anyway, but I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. And I want to say this. Donelle, Chris, Charles, y'all already know what the deal gonna be next year. First of all, I don't know exactly who else gonna be there, but I'm telling you right now, we're gonna be right back next year because first of all, I don't care nothing about our schedule. I don't care nothing about people got tape on Jaden. They had tape on Jaden from the first game. Okay, so that don't mean I don't hear nothing about no tape. My brother said it. Oh, they got tape on. I say, Mom, they had tape on from the first game. So I don't hear
Mhm.
nothing. I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna have. We're gonna have a lot of wins next year because it's gonna be we're gonna pick up a lot of great players in the offseason. And some people gonna be surprised because some
Yep.
of their stars that they thought was gonna be there are gonna be
Mhm.
with us.
Yep.
But there
Like
you
that.
have it with that. Well, tell us where you're going to be and tell us a little bit about yourself as we close out. We'll start with Atkinson. Donelle.
Hello, my name is Donelle Atkinson, and we have a ministry called Samson's Dilemma. We help men be delivered from their sin life. So we hope that we can help men be delivered, get rid of the shame, get rid of some of the things that they do that they know they're not supposed to do.
Mm.
Oh, Tony, talk to us about you, man. What you doing?
Well, I thought we was
Watching
going
the
to finish,
game.
finish watching the game. But I'm doing my comedy show. I got a show coming up March 29th.
Okay.
Got my Mother's Day show coming. Got some group travel going to Miami. Then also got a few group um, crews leaving from Rome. So I'm working on those things, and I'm still working with the comedy shows too.
All
My
right.
man. My
All right, we're gonna
man.
hit the ladies. They're gonna sweeten it up. We're gonna start with Rosie.
What? Hey. Okay, so I am Dr. Rosie Rogers here. I have
Go
shows
ahead,
coming.
girl.
I have a show coming up in April 11th and 12th. It's called Justice for All. It is a Easter theme. However, it's a courtroom drama slash thriller where it is the day after the crucifixion and
Mm.
Lucifer goes to court and petitions God to pass judgment on the people prior to the resurrection.
Oh wow.
And he presents a very convincing case when he calls the spirit of murder, the spirit of death, all of these witnesses. He even interrogates Moses and proved that all have sinned and come short of the glory. Gabriel and Mercy do their best to defend the people, but their best just isn't good enough. And right before the gavel hits, pronouncing everyone guilty of sin, there's a knock at the door. Ooh. And the bailiff comes in and he pours this red substance all across the white throne of God and says, the man at the door told me to show you this, Your Honor. And hey, with all of that, case is dismissed. We win. So come on out for this thriller, this drama on April the 11th. It's going down in Fredericksburg, Virginia. It's not the DMV. It's Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Thank you.
It's going down April 11th and 12th. You can follow me on social media, Rosie Rogers.
All right, thank you, Sister Rosie. Dr. Rogers, that is.
Dr. Rogers.
And Chris,
have you documented?
Right.
I'm a doctor. I have my doctorate degree in theology and a second doctorate degree in Christian counseling.
Yes.
So I'm a double doctor.
She's a double doctor.
Double doctor.
Now.
Amen. Chris
Wow.
Jackson, tell us about you, girlfriend.
Wow. Well, Chris Jackson most days. And then I'm doing a Black History moment as Sister Soldier every day of Black History Month. And that is my main character. I do Missy Thang, who is a single, saved, and sassy comedian character I do. I'm booked through Gig Salad, and I'm actually working on a second book. My first book is Pitch Black, about my dad growing up in the DMV, DC, as a baseball pitcher for one of the high schools here. But mainly, you can get me on ChristineTheComedian.com. And if you want the book, ChristineTheWriter.com. And I have lots of merch that I am promoting, but I am your common sense comedian. And we're going to fight the power with laughter for the next 4 years.
Woo! Well, speaking of that, folks, we're going to let you all go. We're going to welcome you once again to give us 2 minutes. We've done podcasts. Yes, Charles.
Don't we want to know where Mike what's happening with Mike Todd?
Of course he does.
Well, like I said, man, Mike, he's been like flooring everybody, man. Like he's been putting this down. Go ahead, Mike. Yes, my boy. That's my boy.
All right. So anyway, again, I want to thank all y'all for coming out and giving us y'all time tonight. So actually tomorrow, February the 11th, I'll be in New York City with Cheryl Underwood and Kyle Irby. We'll be at the City Winery, and then we'll be back in Buffalo the 15th and the 16th of February. We'll be at Helium's Comedy Club in Buffalo. So those are 2 things I'm doing this week. And I wanted to tell Trot, hey man, you say you be doing bus trips. You think you can get a busload of people to come see us at the come see Cheryl at the Laugh House in April? Never mind, don't worry about it. So anyway,
I actually got a guy from your area that I use. So
do you?
It's possible.
Do you? That you use to do what?
A bus. He lives out that way.
What's his name? Doc?
No, his name is. Hold on, I haven't used him in a minute. Hold on a second. I'll tell you. Hold on.
That's what we do, baby. We make business deals on the fly. Way to go, Mike.
Chris, you are crazy. I'm telling you, she is tickled.
I am.
Chris is like, I gotta get into some of this. This is how y'all make deals. I gotta help out. Look,
you know what I'm saying?
Come on.
His name is Kevin.
His name is Kevin. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Kevin.
Kevin, the bus driver.
Yep. I used to, you ever heard of Diamond Tours?
Yes, I have.
Diamond Tours, yes.
Right. He was one of my bus drivers for a Diamond Tour trip. And then him and I got friends, and he did a couple trips for me, already. Mm-hmm. So instead of me going through Diamond, I went directly to him because he owned his own bus.
See, you heard what he just said. Now Diamond gonna be upset they watched the show.
Well, hope
you might get him. You might
But
get him.
y'all might interested him.
I guess we're shutting things down for the rest of the year here. So I guess we
Right.
can until next
Yes.
year.
Well,
Yes.
We may have this come up for the draft event, folk. We may have to ask you all back to get your opinion on who you drafted and who you didn't get. So be alert for that. Probably sometime in April, one time, and then we start the season off again. But guys, thank you all for watching our show. Please like, subscribe, and get us out there. Support everybody on here in their ministries and what they do and their comedy and stuff. They're wonderful people. We love you all. Thank you for watching. Give us 2 minutes. We've done podcast for the year. Until next time. See you next time.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you all.